Hello, everyone. Happy Saturday. Welcome to Ask Tam. She's going to be, answering your questions today, doing some card pulls. And this is going to be fully interactive. So, feel free. She's going to kind of give you the ground rules here. And I think we're just gonna chat with the audience. And I think it'll be a lot of fun today. So I'm going to hand this right over.
Hi, everybody. How are we? We get to do an hour of my favorite thing, which is interact with y'all, the community, the thing that we're building here. So I hope that everybody has a question ready. And since we have the time, I think we're going to also do a card pull for everybody. So if you want one of those card pulls, just pop it over in the chat. Let me know that you want to either do a question or a card pull, and we'll just kind of get it rolling. So, I mean, if you have your questions, you can do it either right there in the chat, or you can send it to the Q&A thing. And if there's gets to be too many in a row, then Trish will help me moderate and go through them one-on-one. But that way we get everybody's questions answered. And everybody has a few moments too to have their card read for them as well. So if you don't feel like having your card read in the public forum, kind of like how we're doing, then that's totally fine. I do not mind sending you the card thing in your email. I can do that as well. So if you guys want to go ahead and get it on popping and started, let me just read this one real fast from Misty Duncan. She said, I think she said, where'd it go? I received my tarot giveaway Wednesday. I loved everything. Thank you so much. You're so welcome. That's one of my favorite things to do too, besides the Q&A and talking with everybody. And that's sending you guys awesome giveaways. I feel like that's so cool to receive fun things. So, all right, let's go ahead and get started, guys. If you want, go ahead and put your thing in now into the question. And so, oh, here we go. Okay. Patty, do you want me to do this in public too?
Yep.
My son's writing his first publishable book. Will he be successful? I feel like that's a pendulum question. All right. If you want me to pull a card for that too, I totally can. But I feel like we should ask the pendulum. We have a lovely lapis lazuli here. Swinging forward is yes or no, and side to side is no. So, will he be successful? This is straight back and forth. As you can see, I'm not moving my hand, my body, straight back and forth. I really feel like for them, this is going to be a great thing. But let's go ahead and see about a card. Ooh, that one come flying over, guys, as soon as I started shuffling. The Four of Pentacles. If we remember the Four of Pentacles, they talk about money, finances, home attainment, and also what make us feel rich in life. And the Four of Pentacles reminds us to save it as well. So it talks about control, also kind of not being too frugal, also not being too controlling, but the same thing. So that's a very good money card to get on this one, because it's telling him to basically, you want to be successful in life, you're going to need to stack the cash a little bit. So yay. Good news for him, Patty. Okay, let's see. Who else has a question? I think we have one over here in the thing. Oh, yes. Will my husband be successful in 3 years? Kendra wants to know. I feel like it's another pendulum question. Will his website be successful in 3 years? Let's ask pendulum. A little movement there. Once again, this is a very solid back and forth. Now, I feel like, too, we should also go ahead and pull a card for that, just because we need a little bit more confirmation. I think it's going to take a tiny bit longer than the 4 years, but now that is a perfect card to get when we're talking about the Seven of Pentacles. Kind of like the Four of Pentacles, it does talk about saving the money a little bit, but it's mostly the long-term view. If you look at how he's got that, all the pentacles are kind of stacked up. This looks like raking in the leaves, like he's been hard at work. That's it. You work hard at it. That's the result you get. The long-term view, you get the money stacked. So that's a pretty solid answer, I would say. Okay.
Let's grab Amanda. Let's grab Amanda's first. That one came through in the chat.
There we go.
Will my relationship with my daughter ever be the loving, supportive kind I've always longed for with her before my health gets worse?
Ooh, that's a very good question. Okay, let's see what the cards have to say about that one because I feel like there's going to be a little bit of a healing thing coming through here. And if you, when this is happening, they could just come flying out. This is the Nine of Swords. Okay, notice how they're sitting up in bed with their head in their hands. This basically is telling us we need to rest. We have a lot of anxiety going on, a lot of worry and fear. Of course, that's wrapped up in the mind. And if you can just take a break and rest on these things, I definitely feel like your answers are going to come to you, if that makes sense. Because in these moments when we're full of anxiety and fear, it makes you kind of feel that hopelessness. And that's more of like a negative way to look at it. So you can definitely alchemize that, turn it into the positive for sure. Rest and relax. And sometimes that just kind of happens. You know what I mean? On its own, very organically. So I feel like that's a very positive thing for you.
Yeah.
Okay, Trish.
Let's grab Misty's first in the Q&A. Will my future bring me, what will my future bring me in terms of love or finding my soulmate?
Okay, so that this is definitely going to be another answer for the cards for sure. The future bring in terms of love or finding your soulmate. Okay, well, Queen of Pentacles comes flying out. I love it when they do that because the card's like, you know what? Here's the one that we got to talk about. The Queen of Pentacles is somebody who is very grounded, okay? And they are also nurturing, practical. They grow the things because they're the earth signs. And they're also the working, kind of the working parent. So basically, what this is saying is nurture it, nurture the heck out of it, love it to death, feed it, make it grow. Those earth signs, that's what they do. They're very abundant. All of the earth ones are surrounded by flowers and all that earth energy. And that's basically representative of because of being nurturing and loving it, you're making it fertile so that it can grow into something beautiful. So I definitely feel like that's a very positive card to get for sure for that.
All right, so let's try this one. What energy do I need to bring to my entrepreneurial journey for success?
Ooh, that is a nice question. Okay. Definitely for your entrepreneurial success, one thing that I will tell you for sure is to ignore any naysayers. Let that be fuel to your fire. You know what I mean? If somebody's got something negative to say, just, okay, great. I'm glad you feel that way. Didn't ask for your opinion. But the one that comes popping out here first, this is the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, notice how I like to call this one of the hustlers card, okay, because they've always got their head down to the ground, just working, building the things. Notice how all the pentacles kind of stack up next to them. This is like a workbench. Basically, that's what that means. So, for sure, what this is saying is having due diligence, passion, high standards, continuing to work hard at it. That's the kind of energy you need to bring into this. Head down, just grinding all the time. Don't forget to rest. For sure. Don't forget to rest, please.
I like that. And let's see, the Blue Witch asks, I would love an in general pull, whatever spirit wants me to know right now.
Oh, I love that. Okay. Let's Blue Witch. Let's see what spirit has to say. By the way, I love getting readings by other people because even as a reader myself, goodness, even though I might know what the cards mean, their interpretation of it, and I just love that. So this is the one I get. The Ace of Swords. Mental clarity, sharp mind, knowing what you want, having the audacity and the ability to not only speak your truth, but also make strong boundaries. And as you know, with the Ace of Swords having it like this, breakthroughs, new ideas, success, like I said, sharp mind, mental clarity. So I feel like Spirit is definitely saying to you, continue those great ideas, woman, because you're killing it. Love that.
I love it. Let's see if what else we got here? All right, come on, guys. What are your burning questions? What do you want to know here?
For sure. We've got to know how to we've got some questions about tarot. It doesn't have to necessarily be about tarot either. We can talk about other divination things. It could be oracle cards. If you want
How
to
about
see
me?
or
What do you see? What do you see for the future of Witch Sea?
Ooh, that's nice. Okay. Let's see. Pulling a card for the future of a witch sea. That's a little scary. Knight of Wands. That is definitely you guys, always passion driven, having to succeed, on the go, going, going, going. And those wands are your action cards. So that is no surprise for me at all. Um, Passionate, inspired by action. Definitely, like I said, always on the go. So I definitely feel like that's a good positive card. There's a lot of positive cards coming out for
I
these
know.
today. It's great. I feel like also having the kind of planetary alignment that we're on, being out of the full moon, now we get to like rest, relax. We feel rejuvenated. So,
Yeah.
ooh, here we
Patty's,
go.
yeah.
Kendra.
Oh, is it where's Kendra? Let's
Oh, I
see.
see. I only saw Kendra up there.
Okay, yeah,
Sorry.
let's do this one first. What do you
Yes.
see for the future for medical issues? Will it get better? I know a lot of readers won't do medical or legal. How do you feel about that?
Well, the only thing is I wouldn't want you to only feel like and put all 100% gold or truth and belief into what I would say. So that's like a big um I usually, if it's something health, I try to keep it as general as possible. I don't want, I'm not a doctor. I can't diagnose things, of course, and I definitely can't tell if something is going to just get better in you. Things might change and you might get your hopes up, and that might not be the truth. So I would still pull a card for this, but we would keep it, like I said, very open in general, if that makes sense. Because the cards also aren't going to say, the crazy thing. But this is what we get is the two of swords. So basically, okay, with the two of swords, if you notice how they have a sword on each side and the blindfold is around their face, they're sitting down. The point of this is we're trapped in our head and we're having to make a difficult decision. But the other part of this is kind of saying to trust your instincts and trust your gut first. And that's the point of the blindfold. Having them like that is to kind of shut out what all they're seeing and hearing around them so that they can come back to here and really find out what's in here, what they know to be true. So they basically what that's telling me is to trust your instinct about what you have going on. If you really feel like, you know, also, let me just point this out. If you are saying out loud all the time, I feel really ill, I'm not going to get better, da 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 da, you are what you eat. You know what I mean? So be positive for sure. Be like in Neverland and Peter Pan, and he's trying to tell everybody to fly. You have to think happy thoughts. So for sure, just continue to be positive and trust your gut on this. That's also associated with Libra. I'm not sure what sign that you may be, but Libra is all about balance and harmony and speaking the truth even when it's uncomfortable. So if that helps you out at all on any of that, I would definitely continue to trust how you feel.
And Patty says, I'm hoping to retire by 55. What is my card saying?
Ooh, 55. That's great, right? Okay. How come every time this is cards like, bing, we're just going to fly out today and give you the answer right away? The Fool. Oh my gosh.
Love
So
this.
I know the Fool is all about new beginnings and trusting the fact that the universe has your back. If you look at the Light Seers Tarot version of the Fool, it's a person standing at a cliff with their back to the water and they're falling almost like a free fall. But there's a crystal in their hand as well. And basically, what all of that is saying symbolically is, of course, like I said, trusting your instinct and that what choice that you have made is going to be great. And also look at how happy this little dog is at his heel. That's you on this little journey. You know what I'm saying? It's very much like, let's do this darn thing.
Love it.
So I feel like that's going to bring you a great opportunity and a whole new aspect and time to be able to see what's next for you.
Patty says, okay, I'll put a 2 week notice in on Monday.
Okay,
Maybe
don't
slow
tell them
down
that
a
your
little.
tarot reader said that, okay? Because that's hilarious.
She needs to pump her brakes a little bit, I think.
Yeah, just maybe a
Yeah.
tiny bit. Don't throw it all away right away. Just you not too fast, but
Christy says, my daughter's horse just had colic surgery. How does Spirit feel about his recovery?
that's gonna take some time. Okay. As soon as you ask me that, and I'm feeling like thinking of the things, this is the one that comes out, which this is just negative self-talk, of course. And what I'm getting out of that is try not to have too many negative thoughts around it, but it is going to take a little longer than what they were probably projecting it to be. So don't like freak out and think, oh my God, this is bad. You know what I mean? Just be patient with their healing. That's kind of a message that I'm getting for that.
Yeah. Marianne, I saw your question. Do you want that as something Tam sends to you privately, or are you okay with that question being read in the live? It can be live. Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure. So Marianne says, I've been trying to overcome past trauma regarding domestic abuse from a narcissist, and I have 4 kids. Some days I feel like I'm healing. Other days I feel like I take 10 steps back. What do the cards say? What do I need to do to help get past the situation my kids and I went through?
Okay. And as soon as, of course, like all of these things are happening, as soon as I'm reading this, I'm getting different things, and I got different goosebumps, and you probably can't see them right now, but when I get goosebumps all over my arms, legs, and the scalp, this is basically like spirit going, okay, zing, let's talk about this. So the card that came out, 2 of them actually came out while I was shuffling while she was reading this, and the first one is the 8 of Cups. Okay, I'll go back to tell you what that one means in a second, but I have to show you this one too, the 7 of Swords. So the 7 of Swords, basically, we'll go on that one first. Swords are your inner conflict cards, right? Stuff we have battles within ourselves over. And if you notice how they're running away with what swords are left, this is betrayal. This is deception, getting away with something, someone using sneakery or trickery to one up or get something over on you. And then the second one is the first one that we pulled is the 8 of Cups. And notice how in the picture they have turned their back and walked away. There's all these cups standing up here. Basically, what this is symbolic of is being disappointed and needing to grieve the situation for what it is, a loss, and leave it. And this is also for withdrawal. Sometimes it means abandonment, like feeling abandoned, but I feel like this is more or less saying to you, picking up your pieces and walking away from everything. And because they were using betrayal and sneakery and things like that, of course, and it's even more with narcissistic and abusive behavior. So basically what the cards to me is saying for you for that is the best way to heal and get past it is to grieve it like it's a death. Even if you have to tell yourself that he is dead, and now you have that chance, and now you have that safe space for them, okay, because they're the ones looking at you going, how do we heal from this, Mom? That's going to set the tone for everything. And I definitely feel like the fact that we pulled both of these while she was reading this is definitely spirit saying for you, now you have to allow yourself the time to be able to get over that and be patient with that journey, because it might take a little bit, longer than you expected and a little raw at sometimes. So, but you got it in you, I promise you. Not only that, but moms, of course, women in general, we're like super strong for all the things and all the emotional stuff. But moms, when we have to protect our baby cubs, it's nothing for us. You know what I mean? We will put the armor on every day and cry at night if we have to. But you will get through that for sure.
I love that. Love it.
Yeah.
Rachel was asking what type or name of the deck that you're using.
Oh, yes. Okay. So this is one of my favorite decks. And the reason why I choose these when we do webinars or if I'm doing Zoom readings is because they don't have too much reflective. Now, of course, if I hold it in the direction that the light is behind my computer, it will definitely reflect. But let me just pull the box over here. So I actually sell these and I give them away to the tarot classes too. These do not have a name. They don't have an artist. They say classic tarot. I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't put the artist's name on there, but I love this deck so much because they give you the uprights, the reversal. They also give you the planetary and zodiac signs, elemental sign. If it was a yes or no, which you probably can't see the no, it's a teeny tiny letters right there. But yeah, I do love this deck. I do, but no, I'm sorry, I do not know. You can find them on Amazon and Etsy, though. I do know that.
Let's see. And then Lisa asks, can you pull a card for me? I'm having issues at work.
Yes, absolutely. One thing I can help you too with by telling you is if it's like a cubicle type scenario, or if you have like a desk of your own, um, get a little bitty bottle with sage essential oil and water, and you can shake it up. So it's kind of like the effect of burning sage without having to burn sage around everybody. And they'll just think you're doing like a little room spray. Any kind of protection spray, do that, and crystals will definitely help too. Okay, let's see what the cards have to say about it though. Now this deck is trying to fall out of my hands while I'm shuffling, while I'm waiting on one to flip over. Whoop, there we go. The Emperor. I love that we pull the Emperor right now, because this is not a card that I was actually thinking about that was going to come out. I thought maybe one of the ones for protection, or like, protecting your space, or maybe the Queen of Swords talking about doing boundaries and speaking your truth. The Emperor tells us to take lead. Sometimes they seem very cold and dominating in their seat, the way that they're sitting in this cement seat almost. But the Emperor talks about respect and leadership. And in order to have stability, sometimes you need to speak up and you need to lead the folks, even if that's telling them what to do in a nice way. You know what I mean? So, sorry, my dog just bumped the table. I don't know if you guys saw that in the screen. It was like, she woke up from her nap and was like, oh, I need mom love. But yeah, it also tells us to, it's the father figure, but in order to have control, you also need to be disciplined and focused, but also at the same time generous. I know it's a lot of like back and forth, a lot of give and take, but you get my gist on that. Well, that's a very good question though.
Yeah, definitely. I really liked it.
I hope it answered your question anyway.
Yeah, or even Lisa, if you wanted to just elaborate like a little more, maybe, there could be a clarifier as to, what kind of direction you're feeling, like you having problems with coworkers or, leadership, or, are you thinking about leaving, or, something like that that could help, we could pull a clarifier that might help with that.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So if it was like if you were having issues with coworkers, or like the boss, or if you were looking for promotional type thing, so yeah, sometimes you just need to be a little. It's kind of like the secret to manifestation, right? If we're manifesting and saying a certain thing, you have to be pretty exact with what your questioning is. So it's kind of the same thing with that, with the cards, and definitely with a pendulum. If you're asking a question, it's just a little easier too. You know what I mean? If we can get the details out of it. But so yeah, if you did, you have another any more details about it that you wanted pulled out?
Yeah, let us know. Let us know. And anybody else? What more do you have? Do you want Tam to pull an oracle card for you? Who would like an oracle card? If you would like,
Yes,
say say yes, I would, please. Please and thank you to spirit. Please and thank you to spirit.
please and thank you. Since it is almost spring, I feel like the best oracle deck to use here is, I'm trying to find the front of it. There we go. It's called the Language of Flowers. These are all hand painted with watercolors, so they're quite pretty.
Oh, nice. I like that.
Yeah.
All right. So Patty would like one, and then Christy.
All right, cool. So, boom, honor is the one that you pulled.
That's
So
for
this is
Patty.
this is for Patty. This is a Chinese peony. I think it isn't Indiana flower, the peony too. So anyway, this one actually talks about time to enjoy life, show gratitude, and live to the full gracefully. Prosperity, opportunity, new business, and even abundance will gravitate towards you. Plans should be made now under the influence of peony, as they will benefit from its time honored wisdom and truth. Healing, breakthroughs, and hope are also offered. Yes, I love that for you.
I
That's a
love
very
that.
positive card. Yes.
Okay, Christy is next.
Okay. See, I love this kind of deck because it doesn't matter if they're, frontwards or backwards. There's no reversals for oracle cards. They
I
just
love
kind of,
oracles.
yeah. And also, it's however the artist wants you to see. So I've got an old deck called the Healing with Fairies from the 70s. So this one is Inspiration. Siberian Iris is pretty purple. So this says Iris connects so strongly with artists of all types, with those who are on quests of discovery and invention. And if this flower comes to you, no matter your creative level or interest, the message is for you to be creative and curious and actively try harder to unblock paths so that you may learn. New ways to approach an issue could appear that may seem unconventional, so try thinking outside the box. Is that very helpful? I
I
hope
love
so.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Misty.
Okay, Misty. All right. There we go. Hope. I love that we get hope for you. Aw, so pretty. Okay. Snowdrop. That's the type of flower that you got. You with that. Snowdrop. So let's see. Actually, you got the one that was directly numerically in order next from the last one we just did. So I think that's hilarious because this deck is definitely not in order. It's been way out of order for a long time. It says here refreshing new energy and optimism as a turning point approaches, with even the possibility of a new beginning in a completely different field or direction. Consolation, solace, and comfort, as well as the restoration of the original and true self, ideas, and plans. Have the courage to be yourself, as this is the time to step forward and speak up and be you. Now is the time to begin the action to effect a much longed for change. If things have been stuck or blocked, they should begin to find motion again. I feel like this is very telling for you.
That's yeah, I like that. That's nice.
Yeah. Right?
Let's go back to Lisa and her work issues. So she says she's a custodian for the high school. She's a new head, and they're budding. They're kind of having an issue together. So let's see what that clarity.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
For sure. I kind of was assuming that that's what the issue was, but I'm not just going to assume. So we got the star card, but when it comes flying out of the deck, it come out in reverse. So basically, what that means is, let me turn it back around because I can't read upside down. My dyslexic self is like, girl, we can't read upright. Like, well, how are we going to flip this around and read? So in reverse, this talks about lack of faith, despair, discouragement, insecurity, self-trust, and disconnection. And kind of what I'm getting from that is, of course, you guys are definitely feeling disconnected because you're butting heads a lot, but maybe it's because you're so similar and you might not want to admit that. Please don't be mad at me when I say that. And I don't mean everything about you guys are exact and similar either. But I'm just saying a lot of times when two people are pretty strong-minded and strong-willed, they will tend to clash because it's like bulls, you know what I mean? Or another animal with antlers. You guys kind of want to do that all the time. But what this is also saying is, maybe we're just kind of having a lack of faith in ourselves, which is something that's subconscious, if that makes sense. I don't feel like it's something that you're out here doing. Oh, yeah, I don't believe in myself. Blah, blah, blah. No, this is just going, okay, maybe I'm kind of feeling like I don't have the gut or whatever. And of course, you know that you do. You have the ability to do all the things. We tend to lie to ourselves a lot too. And then we believe the lies. I don't know why we do this, but we do. But yeah, basically that's what that is telling me. You guys are disconnected because we're kind of butting heads because we're so similar to a lot of the things. I hope that makes sense. Then that might not be what you'd be like, oh, I am not similar to them. What are you talking about? In positive ways, though.
Pamela would like an oracle card.
Okay. Pamela. All right. This deck sounds good. I don't know if you can hear that. Whoop. You probably saw that come flipping over. Okay. We get Compassion. Scottish Primrose. You can tell. Let's see what that looks like. Okay. So for yours, and I've read this one quite a few times. This one comes out quite often when people choose this deck. And it's very pretty how it comes out. So, time for forgiveness and compassion and a moment for increased understanding and peace. Enlightened and honest, unbiased and evaluation of volatile situations is required. So basically, I want to reread that because I feel like we need to make sure we understand what they said. Enlightened and honest, unbiased evaluation of a volatile situation is required, and a stepping back for pause to assess from a different point of view is highly recommended. The reason behind fears, worry, and hesitation should be also become clear. Love can be found in an unusual place or situation, and a warming of feelings towards another or yourself is indicated. Time for contemplation before you set off with your plans and ideas. I love the way this starts because how it says time for forgiveness and compassion and a moment for increased understanding and peace. Basically, if this is applying to your life how it's talking about, then it's coming at a time when there's been a lot of anguish or strife between people, typically family members. Those are the ones that we usually bicker about with the most. And this is the usual butting heads of the things. But sometimes we have to take a step back and try to understand it from a different perspective and give it with love and compassion instead of full understanding, if that makes sense. That's why I like that card so much, because it when you can step outside yourself and kind of put not push back how you feel or push down how you feel. It's not like you're not showing how you feel about it, but you're showing that you're giving space to the other person for how they need, if that makes sense. You're giving them space to feel how they're feeling and loving them, because sometimes that's all they need is just love. Like a toddler, if they're freaking out, sometimes they just need a little love and a hug and a little snack and everything's fine. So I hope that helps.
Amanda would like an oracle pull.
Okay. Miss Amanda. Whoop. I know y'all saw that one. Aw, fertility. Yay. This one is a beautiful, real pretty pink color, Cattleya orchid. I got an orchid right behind me, guys. I'm actually doing really good with it, so I'm so excited. Orchids are really hard. You're beautiful. Don't worry, girl. I got to make sure I tell her she's doing a good job. Okay, let's see. Okay. This flower will assist you to open yourself to divine truth and to heal from past traumas. The Cattleya orchid also shows ways to grow yourself, your loves, passions, and life to encourage what you truly need in your life, along with great abundance. Positive messages and energy surrounding children, businesses, and your creations. The light will always be found somehow. I feel like this is more fitting for you and what you have going on than what we know. So I hope that that's true. And I'm
I,
just talking at my honey.
I was just saying that, thinking that was with Amanda in the question that she had asked before. This is just a very nice follow up to that.
Oh, yay.
Um,
How perfect is that?
yeah, I thought so too. I hope, Amanda, that gives you some love and reassurance, because that was a very nice card.
Yes, for sure, for sure. And it come flipping out. Like it flipped out, fell, everything. Like, oh no, here I am. Let's call me out. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I love that. So
Mhm.
Christy wants to know how tired you'll be after this.
Um, well, when I do a lot of readings, if you probably know me or have heard me talk about it, I will be energetically hungover, like I've ran or something, and I don't run at all. But yeah, it definitely doing lots of readings definitely wears me out. So one time I was at a paranormal fest at the Hannah House, which is a very haunted house here in Indianapolis on the grounds, and I had a line the whole time. My husband that I was doing readings for 3.5 solid hours, and I had no idea. And when I was done, my whole body was shivering and shaking, and I was down for the count for 2 days afterwards. So yeah, it does definitely wear me out for a while. I can only do up to like 3 to 5 30-minute Zoom readings a day. I try to space them out only because I have other things I have to do too, and it does tire me out. I have to recharge my battery. But I'm an intuitive empath, and all y'all that are out there know what I'm talking about. Doesn't matter if you're a reader or not. You are an intuitive empath. You're feeling everybody's stuff, and it's freaking tiring to filter out the crap all day long. So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm.
So what else? What is it? What other questions do people have?
Yes, we still have time.
We still have
Love
time.
this. Yes.
Tam has some, you can get Zoom readings from her. She has some one-on-one tutoring for tarot courses out there. on Witchsea, so you guys can definitely check those things out as well. And she has some events coming up. So,
Yes.
and then April is going to be a fully packed month between Tam and the Blue Witch, offering all kinds of amazing stuff. So there's a lot coming up here.
Yes, for sure. And I'm super excited about that too, because in April, when we finally, we'll be announcing the date of that soon and how to sign up for it and everything. But in April, we're going to offer a two-part series on astrology and birth charts and how to build your own birth chart, what it means, what all those things are, all the houses, all the stuff. And you'll also be able to get a for like I think it'd be like $2 or $2.50 or something like that, a downloadable blank PDF birth chart that you can fill out or you can print out to fill out, and we'll also have a cheat sheet with it. So you don't have to pull up the slides again to say what remember what they mean and whatnot and how to get there. But one thing that will help you before we do it is to know what time you were born. That will definitely help the calculator type thing, which I'll explain all that when we get to that class. But March here soon. I do have a tiny announcement for you guys, which I'll probably be posting on the thing. We're probably going to have to cancel the Boost Your Intuition webinar only because there's no way for us to play a sound bowl live or even recording in the webinar, only because it filters out all the sound. So I will, however, give everybody, if you want to be on the email list for the sound bath link that you can watch your own and do your own on your own time, by all means, I'll send it to you. But we're still gonna do, of course, we're gonna have the black salt class. That's gonna be super exciting. I'm gonna be in my kitchen, so you guys won't see this lovely crystal plant background. We'll be in the kitchen, and I'll be making them in front of you guys. That way you can see how we do it and explain all that. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. And then also, I'm going to be adding little DIY miniature broom or besom kits. So you'll get a little 6-inch besom that's been wrapped up by me and scented with cinnamon for abundance. And then it'll have a bunch of charms and make your own. I was thinking about some sort of crafting thing to do with you guys live, like a witches bells to create your own and then send you your own box if you want to buy them. So if you guys are interested in doing stuff like that, create your own besoms or mini witches bells, let me know and we can create another webinar where I just tell you how to do it and we can all make one live or whatever. So I feel like that would be a lot of fun too.
That's fun. I do have to go back to a couple of things. One was this is hilarious. The oracle card you pulled for Amanda was fertility, and she said, "Thank you. I was afraid you would say I was fertile, and I'm 70."
Yeah, that's hilarious. I love that.
Hilarious.
Yeah, we'd have been dead wrong on that one, wouldn't we?
And then Patty had a question about her husband is looking for a new job. She wondered what the cards might say for him.
That's a very good question. Okay. For the hubs. Whoop. Goodness gracious. Bunch of them tried to come falling out at once. I'm like, I don't think we have time for all those guys.
Oh, Patty just said she just purchased 2 15-minute sessions with you, so she's looking forward to connecting.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And the one that comes flying out is the Magician. Yes, he's one of my favorites when we talk about especially jobs or some sort of role type ship. You know what I mean? The Magician reminds us that we control our reality. They have all these tools at hand on the altar. They have all the things that represent the 4 signs of the fixed zodiac and the elements of the tarot. But if you notice the infinity sign above their head, that's that never-ending energy that's just yours and you're creating it. So basically what this is saying is be a master of your own magic. You know what I mean? It's all action, creation, manifestation, power, self-confidence, clarity. So maybe they just need to boost their self-confidence about what they have because, like I said, they're their creator of their own reality. You know what I mean? So they got that going. Also, that's associated with Mercury and all the air signs. And I don't know if you know much about that planet itself, but Mercury, when it's in your house, that's all about action oriented and movement. So, and Mercury, I think, is the hottest planet that we have out there. Well, in our solar system, anyway. So, other things that pop out on the side, the beginning of the projects and creative endeavors, literally the beginning. I love that. And that's number one, too. So, number one in symbology is the beginning, and creation, not creation, that'd be zero, but, the beginning and doing things and new things. So, I feel like that's the perfect card to get for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a nice one. Misty, I'm dying here. What did you say? When you do the sessions, do you see the other person? I'm asking because I look like Witch Hazel. What does that mean?
What?
What does that mean, Misty?
Looks like witch hazel. Oh
It is definitely a Zoom reading, but I'm sure if you'd like to keep your camera off, you probably can do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? I'll be honest with you guys right now. Sometimes in a Zoom reading, you might catch me without makeup, and that's just because I just did not feel the energy to do the makeup that day. You know what I mean? So 100%, if you do not want your camera on, then you can start yours without it, and I'm not going to be like, hey, excuse me, turn your camera on. No, I don't mind.
Oh gosh.
That's hilarious. Like
Misty,
witches.
I think we all kind of feel like that. Like it's the Mercury in retrograde, right? Is making everybody all just kind of like wound.
Exactly. We're all tossing things into the fuck it bucket or whatever you call it.
For sure.
Eat cereal for dinner, guys. I don't care. It's fine.
You do what
Yeah.
you gotta do.
Do what you got to do.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I love that. That is so good. Yeah,
I'm telling you,
don't ever feel obliged to. I mean, there's been times Trish and I have had our meetings, and she's not on video either. And I had just gotten out of the shower, no makeup. You should have seen what my hair looked like that day. It was insane. But I'm like, oh, thank goodness she don't want to be on camera because I'm also looking like shit
yeah,
too.
same,
So.
Liz do the same thing with the Blue Witch. She'll call me and I'm just like, yeah, we can talk. I'm off camera. There was no shower happening today, so
Right, you know what I'm saying? Right, exactly. We're all moms and wives and busy in our lives. And I didn't mean to rhyme there, but it totally fit. And so I'm going to use it. Yeah.
Yeah. Same,
For
Liz.
sure.
Over Mercury. It can just like get on out because
Get out of the microwave.
Oh, it's been seriously crazy.
Yeah, I feel you on that much. Quite crazy. But
so
yeah, we're all making it work.
Do you like this? Tam wants to do this on a recurring monthly basis. Are you do you enjoy this? Would you like this to continue on? And yeah, and she definitely, I think you guys really kind of love the hands-on workshops. You know, we got Money Bowl coming up, we got Black Salt coming up. So you guys seem to really like this type of thing. So so we'll, and definitely reach out to us and say, hey, I had this idea. I'd really like to learn about this. And between Tam and the Blue Witch, we can definitely, provide that stuff to you guys. We want to give you what you want. So
for sure. And I usually do the Besom classes and the Witches Bells classes in person. So it wouldn't be no thing to, instead of charging you for the class, just charge you for the box and send you the whole kit and then just show you over the webinar. It wouldn't be, it'd kind of be the same thing. So I feel like you guys would still get the same kind of thing out of it, and you get to make your own little crafts and whatnot for your homes. And when you can put your own magic into stuff, it's even better than someone else making it for you.
Yeah. Christy said she'd love a pendulum course. I think Tam froze up. Did I freeze up? Oh, are you there?
Yeah.
Everything seemed to have froze up for a second, but I think we're okay now.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So
I was like, oh no.
Christy was saying that she would like a pendulum course.
Ooh, yes, that's a really good question too. There was I think Christy was the one I was talking to about this when we were talking about doing other divination things. She was the one that gave me the idea also about the tarot tutoring. I would love to do a pendulum course with you guys too, and send you your own pendulum. It'd be the same thing. Instead of charging you for the course, just charge you for the cost of the box to send you your own, and how to cleanse it and whatnot. You probably saw me move again. My dog keeps hitting the table. If anybody has a blue pit, you guys know how they are. Like, they have to have their moms up their butts all the time. But yeah, I think that'd be a great thing to do. And we can talk about ways to connect with your pendulum. And I don't know if y'all know this either, but folks use pendulum and dowel rods a lot for spirit findings, trying to find ghosts and stuff in a room or in a house. And so you can use pendulums for all kinds of different things. So yeah, that would be a great thing to do.
Yeah,
For sure. And I love all of the ideas too. The fact that we can have a spot in a community to grow together and to learn together, and without having all of the constraints and restraints that we get from other social media platforms. And I'm not trying to hate on other social media platforms, but there is a lot, and there's going to be a lot on any platform actually. But to have it in like this, where everybody can meet together in the same spot at different levels of their craft and learn from different people, I'm here for that. Absolutely 100% here for that. And when you guys send me like emails and messages and stuff, I love that too, because it's personal, you know what I mean? It's more personal. It's like, now we've opened a friendship versus I'm here as a paid something or another and you're a client, you know what I mean? Because I definitely don't see people like that. I see people more as, we're one-on-one, we're humans together talking, we're friends. It's not going to be like an uptight thing. You're going to hear me probably say a cuss word or two and definitely laugh about myself. So that's a
yeah,
great thing.
absolutely. I love that too. I think if and people come to this inside these type of learnings, teachings, they want to be here. And, so it's not, we've not had anyone that we've had a problem with. Everyone wants to genuinely be here, and they want to genuinely be part of this community. And we love that. And Liz had just said she loves the community here too. It's very supportive. And even on her page with, she's got 60,000 followers on her Facebook page, and she's only had a problem or two. I mean, it has just been very supportive and caring and loving. And it's just a good community. It's really good
Like,
community.
yeah, I love that for sure. And I feel like a lot of us needed that. And it's funny, one of the customers had asked me during a reading one time, how I found Witchsea. And I'm like, actually, it found me. And it was like magic when it happened too, to be totally honest with you, because I wanted to have another platform to do things on and to reach a different venue of folks, and to be able to give them the knowledge that I have and to also offer my readings on, but I wasn't actively searching either. And then just all of a sudden it was like divine timing, scrolling, bing, there you are. And I'm like, holy crap, this is what we need. And just so I'm honored to be a part of it, for
Yeah,
sure.
it's definitely been a good thing. So yeah, I love
Yes, by
this.
far.
Love this community and what we're building here. And I've
Mm-hmm.
gotten to meet, like, now, some of the people that come to the webinars reach out to me too, and I really love that. And I feel like we know the people that shop at Witchsea. We know all of our vendors, and we know a lot of our customers. Now we have personal relationships with them, which is so so very very nice. Yeah, I love it. I
Yes,
love
it's very personable for sure.
it.
And I love how they also can communicate with us also, via the social media
Yeah.
platform. And it's not just me answering, you're on there answering, and Liz is on there answering, and any of the other vendors too. And we're also supporting each other on the things, not just buying from each other, because we are buying from each other. I've got a package coming today actually from Dark Eyed Soul.
Nice.
But that's okay. And then another one from the other. I got the same kit you did actually, Trish,
Oh yeah,
um,
yeah.
from the Magic Mountain, or the
Magic Mountain
was
Maven.
it?
Yeah. Magic
Mm-hmm,
Mountain.
yes,
The money kit. Yeah, we're gonna
yes,
manifest some money up in here, so it's gonna be good.
absolutely. Keep it going
Yeah,
for everybody, and I love that. And this is also a spot where we can all thrive together, not just the vendors, but especially the other people, because everybody gets to learn, like I said, all these different things from all these different people, not just myself. I don't know. It's just great. I'm here for it. Love it so
yeah.
much.
Lisa asked if you could pull an oracle card for her as well. She was the one having the work issues. So
Ah, yes.
let's see
Okay.
what that brings for her.
For sure. Ooh, sometimes this deck tries to fall out of my hand because they're so wide. Oh, how are you gonna get the first card? Action. The Venus flytrap. Yes.
Ooh.
Love this. Okay. So this one is great. Where'd it go? Okay. This plant works by luring and retaining good energy that comes your way and will assist you to use these powers to boost your planned actions. It is also a protective plant and it scares off negative energy. If you want to attract love, and this may seem a little strange, but a Venus flytrap really is a pretty good ally. So basically, what that is saying is kind of sit and wait and allow the lure. You know what I mean? Their little lure are those little sticky things. I don't know if you know much about Venus flytraps, but they have like a sticky nectar on right by one of their sensors that close make their mouths close. And basically that's luring the bug to come to them. And so kind of what that is saying is taking action on this, but by releasing your good energy and letting them know that, you know, you've got what they need, and now they can come to you and say, okay, hey, now we need you to do this, this, this. Does that make sense for progression, per se? Hope that helps. I love a
She
Venus
said, do
flytrap, by the way.
you sell the oracle deck?
Not this one, only because this one was gifted to me, but you can find these this same deck, The Language of Flowers Oracle by Sherilyn Darcy. Try to turn that away from the light there. Sherilyn Darcy. You can find that on Etsy. I hate saying Amazon because, you know, Jeff Bezos, but yeah, you can find those on a lot of Hay House is another site based out of the UK, I think it is, and they have a lot of decks to choose from and pretty reasonable price. This one runs about $20, $15 to $20. So
Yeah, I was hoping that Tarot Fellow had it on Witchsea, but he doesn't have that one. He just has Flowers of the
mhm.
Night and the Green Witch Oracle. So
Yeah,
they're
I
not.
looked for this one too.
Did you? Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, only because it's I mean, it's not rare or anything like that, but it's not everywhere either.
Mhm.
So but someone had got this out of a crystal shop, this deck specifically, and bought it for me. But yeah, so I have so many different decks, guys,
Oh,
both
I
tarot
do.
and oracle. It's crazy.
I
Like
do.
when I go to set up somewhere to do an event, like I'll bring a couple different kinds so people can choose. And if you do a Zoom reading with me, then I usually have 3 different oracle decks to set out and let you choose which one you want, and we'll pull a card first. So you actually get tarot and 2 different oracle pulls with me when you do a reading. So it's great.
That's nice.
Yeah.
All right, we have 7 minutes left. So if there are any last minute burning questions or anybody would like an oracle card, if you haven't gotten one, let us know.
Yes,
It's your last
please.
chance till next month, unless you get your reading with Tam, and I will drop that link.
Yes. I did mean to forget to do that too. I meant to go on here because now I'm on my laptop and not my phone and save the links for the other things so I could pop them in there. I didn't do that this
Here
time. Sorry, guys.
is Tam's 15 minute, which is on sale right now.
Yes, yes.
And
I
then she
want
also
readings.
has a 30 minute in there as well.
Yeah, I want them to be accessible to folks. And I can only do 30 only because Zoom makes me pay monthly, another subscription fee monthly. If I want to do readings longer than that, longer than 40 minutes, it will shut us off at 40 minutes. I've had it, you know, where we're trying to talk over and it click us right off. I'm like, okay, that was nice. Bye. But yeah, that's the only reason why I don't have longer than 30 minutes on there, just because I don't want to pay another subscription. You know what I mean? To Zoom. I already got one for, there's so many different things you have to have. Trish knows what I'm
Yet
talking about.
another,
I'm about
yet
it.
another subscription. Yeah, I know.
I know, another streaming thing or something I have to pay for monthly. And I'm like, $17 just to have it go longer than 40 minutes is stupid. How about we, if it needs to be longer than that, then we can just do it times 2.
Yeah,
30
that's
minutes times
true.
two.
Kendra was saying that Google Meets, they give you an hour before they kick you
Yeah.
off. So yeah, so
Yeah,
you can.
Google Meets is good too. The only reason why I don't, because there's a lot of people that don't have it or don't know how to use it, which is the same thing. You just click the link, and I try to make it be as easy as possible for people because I'm also not super tech savvy. So if it's got a lot of things to have to do, then they don't want to do that. So also, I'm probably getting rid of my Square website too because one, I don't make sales on there, and two, now there's not a free website domain. You have to pay like $30 a month or something stupid like
Mhm.
that. And I'm like, I'm not doing that either. No, no thanks. Not when I have a website right here.
There you go. That's absolutely true. So,
You know
all
what I
right. So
mean?
we
I make
are,
sales on.
yeah, so keep an eye on upcoming events. April schedule is going to be coming out shortly. Thank you all so much for coming. We really appreciate it. We're going to do this every month. So, those burning questions that you have, if you have other people who'd like to join us, we would love to have people come in and spend some time with us. So this has been fun. Next time we should all bring a drink with us of some sort of beverage, tea, coffee, or plus whatever anybody wants to bring with them, and then we can all just chat and get our readings. So have a wonderful
Exactly.
day, everyone. We thank you all so much for coming and spending time with us. It's been awesome.
Bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye bye.